Hey everybody! Welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. It's gonna be a fun day today. We've got some moving around that we need to do with the pigs. The piglets are ready to be weaned, and that means a lot of shuffling around with the pigs needs to happen. We also have to install a gate that we didn't install originally when we put up these farrowing pens, so we're gonna bring you along on that whole project today.
This will be the first time that we're moving pigs around with kind of our new system that we've built here over the last 6 months or so. We think it's going to be a lot easier than the way we used to do things. When we used to have them back more in the wooded areas, they were pretty far apart, and in order to move pigs around, we either had to load them in a trailer or, really move them long distances. We've set things up now in a way that should be much easier to move the pigs around and hopefully make our day just easier in general.
The very first thing that we need to do, though, this all starts with moving Charlie, our boar, back into his pen away from the ladies. He has been in with Mildred. We've been breeding her. We've had some trouble getting her bred, and we're not really sure why, but we think maybe this time it has stuck. So it's time for him to get back into his pen so we can just start this whole moving process.
So let's walk down so we can get Charlie ready. Now this is a pen that we actually built for Charlie probably 3 or 4 months ago, and to be honest, he's never lived in it. We had to move one of our feeder pigs into Charlie's pen to finish raising that because he just wasn't respecting the electric fence back in the woods anymore. And so over the weekend we actually processed that final feeder pig, which means now Charlie's pen is free for him to move back into. So that is where the whole process needs to start. Let's go. Well, this is Charlie, and this is our female pig. Her name is Mildred. We're hoping that she's pregnant now. Charlie's been doing his job all along. He's wanted to get her pregnant, but there's something going on with Mildred that has just prevented that from happening. About 6 weeks ago or so, we started all of our pigs on a new mineral supplement, and we're hoping that that will help get them into condition. We've also decreased their feed a little bit because it looked like maybe they were getting just a little bit overweight. We're hoping all of that combined will help Mildred get pregnant this time around. So we're praying that she's going to be pregnant. If not, we've got some decisions to make about Mildred. But for today, this is all about getting Charlie over to his pen and moving Myrtle back in with Mildred. So first thing we need to do is block off the alleyway that we've built for Charlie so that he can just move straight across from this pen into his own pen. All right, this is the area that we need to block off so Charlie can move. Right now he's in this pen over here with Mildred. His pen that he'll stay in permanently is over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a hog panel down here at the end, and then we're also going to put a hog panel right here so that he can get in this area here and just move straight across. I think it should be a pretty easy process. As soon as he's out into this area, we'll shut this gate again so that Mildred has to stay over here and he can go across over to his own area. So that's the plan. I don't think it should be hard, but with pigs, you never know. And especially with a boar, they can be stubborn sometimes, and they're strong. So I don't suspect any problems. Let's get busy. We're going to hook up these hog panels first, then we'll go get them some food. So I'm just going to wire this hog panel down here. I don't think he's even going to make his way down here because we're going to give him some good treats right by the gate. So my whole goal with this is basically just to make it stand up. I don't think he's going to test this one bit. He's a pretty laid back pig. All right, we've got both ends of this alleyway blocked off. We brought out some lettuce, which Charlie absolutely loves. You wouldn't think he's a big salad eater, but he is. So there's some of his feed in there, and then also some buttermilk, which is, you know, fermented sweet milk. So he's really gonna love that. All right, I'm gonna open the gate. We're gonna try to get him to come across, and I think this will be an easy process. If we can get him to come across and Mildred not to join them, that'll be the only kicker in here, is if she wants to come with them. Right now, they're both sound asleep in their shelter, so I'm gonna go over and try to wake them both up. Charlie! Charlie! Hey, Charlie! Come on, we got some treats for you. Look. Come on. Come on. Might need to give Mildred a little bit of a treat in here. Go ahead, Charlie. Come on. Mildred, you need to stay. All right, first part accomplished.
Hey!
Look at that. There you go, buddy. Well, isn't it nice when things go smoother than you thought they would? That's always nice when that works out. All right, now the next thing is going to be trapping the babies and Ginger inside of the barn so we can take down part of that fence and move Myrtle back in with Mildred.
Okay, time to move the babies into the barn, but we need to keep Myrtle out here. So everybody's gonna get some treats, some buttermilk and feed. There's yours, Mama. You need to let me go. Let me give it to you. All right, move quickly. Come on, babies. Here.
Come on. All right, the babies are in, Myrtle is out. Nobody told the animals what the plan was, I guess. Sometimes that's how it works. All right, the next thing is to try to get Ginger into her part of the barn. She's not quite as tame as everybody else, but I think she'll still come for her milk and feed, so that'll be the next step. All right, let's take Ginger's over and see if we can get her inside. Come on, Ginger. You want a treat too? Here you go. She probably won't follow me in there, but she'll go in after I get out, I think. Yeah. Ginger has definitely been our biggest project as far as taming a pig. She is coming around. You might not be able to tell it, but she's getting better than she was. When we first brought her home, she was so scared. But she is getting better. Come on, Ginger. Well, wouldn't you know, as soon as we turned the camera off, Ginger went right in. So she's in, she's eating her treat. Everybody is locked up to where they need to be. The next thing is we're going to take down this piece of fence here. This is solid, and then there's a little piece right here where actually later today we're going to install a gate here. Something we should have done when we first built this area so that there's a gate between these two pens, but to be honest, our local farm store has been on back order with short gates for about 6 months. They finally got some back in, so we were able to get some. So today we'll be able to put one there and finish this project up the way it should have been in the first place. So we're going to take this little piece of fence down, then we can open that gate over there, and Myrtle will be able to go right in with Mildred. So that's how the plan is going. Let's see if we can get it done and see how everything works. And then when we're done here today, when we put this new gate up, we're also going to have to redo a little bit of this electric fence here. But for now, we have the fence off, and we're just going to move this out of the way. All right, now we'll see if Myrtle comes through this opening. Sometimes, because she knew that there was electric fence here, sometimes pigs are very leery of going through a spot where they know that there used to be electric fence. So might have to get creative here, but never make things more complicated than they need to be. First, we'll just see if she'll walk right through. Now we're gonna open this gate too. Looks like Mildred went back to taking a nap, so hopefully she doesn't come through the gate this way. Myrtle! Hey! Come on, Mama. Hey! Come on. You gotta get up. Come on, don't be so lazy. Come on. Come on, this way. Follow me. Come on. See, she knows that there used to be a fence there. She's trying to figure out if it's safe to cross or not. Come on, Myrtle. One thing I've learned about pigs over the years is that you just have to be patient. They'll normally figure stuff out on their own. They're pretty smart. Come on. Come on. I know you don't want to go over the fence. Come on.
Okay, it's half the battle.
All right, now let's see if we can get her through this gate. Come on. Come on, Myrtle. All right, there we go. There's the rest of your milk, Mama. All right, well, that is done. Myrtle and Mildred are back together. Now we need to put this gate up, fix that little piece of electric fence, and we'll be able to let everybody back out. All right, this is the gate that we're going to be putting up between the two pens. It's just a 4-foot regular gate. We're going to cover it with a piece of goat fencing that we have here. This is sheep and goat fencing. It's smaller holes so the piglets won't be able to get through. We're just going to zip tie that on and then we'll be ready to hang it up. All right, now that that piece of fence is on, we can take this in and get this ready to hang up. All right, I've got the gate hung up, but you can see because of how we had to do things before, this gap is a little too big. So I could pull this post out and just move it over, but I'm afraid that when I pull this out, it's gonna rip the ground up so much that it's gonna make the ground unstable. So what I'm gonna do is leave this one here and put another pole here. Might look kind of weird to have 3 poles right in a row like that, but that's the way it's gonna be. I don't think the pigs are probably gonna complain. So we're gonna pound 1 post in here, and then we'll need to add some of this fence back to go up against the gate, and put the electric wire back, and we'll be done. All right, so we're gonna add a pole here. Now, I'm gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Not gonna run and get my my gas-powered post driver for 1 post. Sometimes I still do them by hand, so. All right, that should be good for that. Make sure the gate hits it. I think that'll be good. Now we'll add this piece of fence back here and then we'll be ready to set up the electric fence again. All right, this gate is up. It's time to let everybody back out. I think everybody wants to get a drink of water. All right, Ginger. All right, Ginger, here you go. All right, now we're gonna let the babies back out. This will be their first time without their mom, so we'll see what they do. There you go, guys. This was a good job done. This is our first, this is the first litter of piglets that we've ever had born on our homestead. Even though we've been raising pigs now for about 8 years, this is the first time we've had piglets born right here on our homestead. We're going through the entire process for the entire time. So I'm excited that we've gotten them to this point now where we can wean them.
These piglets here are just about 8 weeks old, and for the last few weeks now, they've had feed. So they're definitely used to eating on their own. Now it was just time for mom to be separated so these guys can be ready to go to their new homes.
Right. 2 of them are spoken for sure. The other 2 I'm waiting to hear back, but I'm pretty sure that those 2 are spoken for sure. And then the female, the spotted one, we're actually going to be keeping for ourselves to raise as a feeder pig for next year. Well, Myrtle and Mildred are getting reacquainted over there. There was just a little bit of scuffling for a couple minutes, but now we've seen them both kind of just hanging out with each other again. Looks like they're going to be, right back to being pals like they used to be. So everything looks like it has worked out just fine today here on the homestead.
You guys, it's been a beautiful day. 70 degrees today, but guess what? Snow tomorrow.
Yeah, can you believe that? The low tomorrow is supposed to be 27 degrees, and there's a 90% chance of snow. This is why we don't put our tomatoes in April. A lot of people get fooled by this nice warm weather, but I'll tell you, since we've lived here in the Ozarks, we've learned that there's always a frost either at the very end of April or at the beginning of May, sometimes both. So we can't get fooled by this nice warm weather.
So we are glad that we were able to use this beautiful day to get this project done that was much needed. We're so glad that you guys decided to stop by and watch us work on the homestead, get some things done. I hope that you've learned something. I hope that maybe we've inspired you to do something new at your place. You guys, if you're enjoying our videos, make sure that you hit the subscribe button below so that you're notified every time we put out a new video. And also, if you'd like to help us here on the homestead, the best way to do that is just to share our videos on all your social media. Until next time, thank you so much for stopping by our homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.